YouTube land. I'm Buzzclaw. Most people know me as Buzzclaw Wolverine. I have a lot of tunes. Today I'm going to be doing a guided tour on mental. I'm going to start off first with control abilities and a few loadouts that I've come across in my time that I found to be very, very good in raids and PvP and so forth. Today we're going to do the most typical one, and I'm going to show you this one. It's my favourite loadout for PvE. And we're going to go down the telekinesis tree with this one. In this telekinesis tree, we're going to start off straight away with telekinesis. Beautiful thing about this, any object that's been going around, whether it be meteor or an encased object or so forth, will be thrown around with it. It also is a power over time, a pot, and that will be your pot for whether you're going to be the person with the most vite, or if you're not going to be using this at all. You're going to be going to the next thing, which is psychic empowerment. This will give power, a short power burst that you will basically cut from yourself and swap it over to the lowest three members. So it is a spammable power, and it also gives a precision and might boost. It's very, very handy, and it's also a clip. People that know about clipping, they would find this to be a wondrous little clip. We're going to go down this train and we're going to go with Fort Bubble. Fort Bubble also is a debuff for defenses, so it's very, very powerful. In cases objects, people get upset with it. It's not as bad as what people think. It's actually quite good. Mix that with pyrokinesis and you have a power interaction that's better than anything. It will destroy most things that are in that bubble. Anyway, we'll get the telekinetic shield as well, and more further to that. I'm going to go and get Bastion with this because I got super speed with my mental. I use speed drain, so I also back it up with another supercharge, and Bastion's the best one. It protects everybody. Down the next one, we're going to have Psychic Resonance. Psychic Resonance is actually brilliant. It works very, very well again with Fort Bubble. We'll go down to Pyrokinesis. Pyrokinesis is brilliant yet again. It is actually a healer debuff. Good to use in PvP. Very good for the medics in Fortress 3. Anything basically to do with medics, you want to go and be using this real quick. Pyrokinesis is where it's at. The other thing is Cryokinesis. Cryokinesis is actually a damage debuff. It'll stop any damage or debuff the damage from objects, whether it be opponents or PvE adds. It'll do this. Okay. I'm not going to go down the illusion tree. I'm going to go into the iconics, and like I said before, instead of Bastion, if you don't have super speed, get Word of Power. That would be the one that I'd be getting. I always go and get Intimidating Gaze for the dominance, Wisdom of Solomon for vitalization. It's the extra. Miracle Worker because of healing, whether it be to yourself or by barrels or by players. It's a help. Also, I also get critical attack damage because of all the spare points that are sitting in there. And the way we're going to load this out is we're going to go. Basically, the first one is telekinesis. I use a keyboard and mouse, so I use that. That's my pot. My psychic empowerment is going to be my power back to the lowest three. Remember, it's always the lowest three, so you're not going to give it back to all players. Cryokinesis, because you want a damage debuff. You want a healer debuff, because these two power interact with each other. Fort Bubble, you put them in bubbles, and then you hit it with pyrokinesis and watch what happens afterward. My supercharge, of course, is going to be Speed Drain, and the reason why I'm going to use Speed Drain is because it is a brilliant power back. It's like a supercharge for healers. This is a brilliant supercharge for controllers. Word of Power can be restored, put it in its place, just as good. Also, when you start going into a PvP battle, I tend to go and drop Cryokinesis and I put a telekinetic shield in there. Also, I do the same thing for a prime battleground, because as far as I'm concerned, you need to go with a shield if you're getting pulled into those tentacles and so forth. And that's my loadout. That's my best controller loadout. If you're going to have a lot of damage over time and you've got a lot of power going in there and everybody else is using word power and so forth, I'd swap the speed drain and I'd put in Bastion instead. This is my first controller loadout. I'll give you a quick demonstration of it. Okay, probably the best place to go and show this is, well, in live action. So I'm going to go down here and show you a bit of what's happened with it. Well, this is the pipe. Right, as you can see at this present stage, not doing really much. That's your pipe. It'll lift something straight up into the air. If there's anything around, a movable object, it will be thrown at it. It will be a fireball and so forth. With Thought Bubble, you can put it Thought Bubble and then hit it with Pyrokinesis. As you can see, totally destroyed object. Again, as you can see, the power interaction between the two is just impeccable. To go and remove an object that quickly is brilliant. I'll always use it. The shield is just an encasement and it'll do exactly what it's got to do. Again, it's all about survival of most of these raids, and as you can see, if you've got the right loadout, not much is going to go wrong. We'll go and swap out and we'll put Cryokinesis in there now. To go and basically show you what sort of debuffs you're looking for on targets. A lot of people will say there's no debuffs going. Well, here we go. First one is a shield debuff. The second one will put a heart on it and it'll die. Alright, so there's basically Thought Bubble and Pyrokinesis. Here we have Cryokinesis. This is brilliant if you have an ice tank. Now, if you work those two together and again use Pyrokinesis on it, in case, there won't be much left after that. Furthermore, when placing your skill points, make sure you always take your vitalization first and then your dominance with leftover skill points. Restoration does play effect. It's 13.5% to your actual shielding, so the rest is made up by dominance. So it pays to actually have some sort of restoration in there if you're going to use shielding. This is my first controller outlay. I'll make more of these. I hope you enjoyed this one and I'll talk to you soon.